It's dinner time with Zephyria Lovery. Tonight is taco night, Taco Tuesday. So I am going to start off with some trusty old ground beef. I have some Mexican rice, a can of black beans, and some salsa, shredded cheese, and two kinds of tortilla chips. So one is kind of like a guacamole kind of flavor, and then the other one is just a regular old corn tortilla. So let us get started on our Fiesta Bravo. First thing I like to do is go ahead and brown my ground beef. And I don't put any seasoning in it because what I want to do is get this browned up and then let all of that oil kind of cook off, and then I'm going to pour the oil off so that my taco meat is not greasy. Also put my beans in a small pot and I turn it down on low. Okay, so as you can see, quite a bit of oil does form when you're browning your ground beef. I'm going to give this a couple of more stirs and then I'm going to take it to the sink and rinse it off with some cold water. So just taking the taco meat and draining it into the strainer. I'm going to run some cold water over it. I'm also going to rinse the grease out of the pan just to make sure my tacos aren't greasy. This is just cold water. I like to use cold water because I like to be able to see that the grease is rising to the top. So I'm just taking the meat and rinsing it off really well. I'm going to return it back to the pan so that I can season it without the oil taking over and soaking up all the seasoning. Taking my meat and returning it to the pan. Now it's light, nice and lean, as the package may have said. Now I'm just going to take some Goya seasoning, Mexican seasoning, and sprinkle it over taco meat. I'll put 1 pack. I have about 2 pounds of ground beef in here. Then I'm going to take some salsa seasoning and put some of it in there. I want to use pouring since I have a lot of meat. I'm going to take some Tony Chachere's and put it in there. Also going to take some Mexican chili powder and put it in. Definitely starting to smell like taco meat. Now, if you don't have any Rotel tomatoes, you can use salsa, so that's what I plan on putting inside of my meat to kind of moisten it up. Started the Mexican rice on a boil. I put a little bit of salsa into my taco mince. So I'm going to stir that around and see if that's enough. Not really looking like enough to me, so I'm going to add more. What I decided to do is add a chunkier salsa so that since I have a lot of meat, I'm just going to put in some of this paste. Another thing that you can add to your taco meat if you wanted to beef it up a little bit is some of these sauce packets from Taco Bell. I normally will put in a few of these if I have some laying around. So that's the consistency that you want your meat. You don't want it too stiff, but you also don't want it loose like spaghetti meat. You just want it a little bit moist so that when you put it over your nachos or tacos that it's not too dry. Here's the peek at what my rice is doing. So my beans are warm, and so what I like to do is take a little bit of the liquid and pour it off, and then I'm going to take my potato masher and mash them down because I kind of like that texture of the mashed beans. So there you can see I've kind of separated the beans from the liquid for the most part, and I'm going to take my potato masher and begin to mash. The reason I poured some of the liquid off is, as you can see, the liquid comes out of the beans as well. So I poured some off so I wouldn't have any overspill or just too much liquid in there to where it just turns to mush. So my beans are mashed pretty good there, and I'm satisfied with the texture. They're not too runny. And so I'm just going to drain the water off the rest of these beans and put them down in there, and then kind of mash them up as well. Here's a look at my beans topped with a little bit of cheese and green onion. My rice is pretty much fluffy and done. My taco meat is a-sizzling. It's taco time, and as you can see, my plate has a little bit of everything, and I am so ready to dig in. It looks delicious, and I'm pretty sure it is delicious. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time I eat dinner. Bye.